We are racing to finish our tiny house build here in Africa before we head back to Portugal, and time is running out.
There's so much, you know.
We've got just 5 days. 5 days to tile, paint, install doors and windows, clean, decorate, and somehow film it all. And right now, we're not entirely sure we can pull it off.
Are we going to finish on Friday?
Nice. Wow. But we're not doing this alone. With the whole team behind us, it is all hands on deck. Everyone's pushing, everyone's focused, and at this point, all we can do is give it everything we've got.
Yeah, it really just looked up and remembered I got to do the lights.
So, let's get to work.
Good morning, you guys. Welcome back. Guys have been working so hard for the last couple of days. We left you with half a tiled tiny house last time, and I think they finished it yesterday. It's all getting very, very exciting, if not very, very pressured. Oh, hello. There you are.
Hello, Di.
How are you doing?
There's so much, you know. It's like, I don't like these lights. They've got to go. And then I'm looking at the white on top of the wood here. That's all got to come off, 100%. Chip out every single piece. I don't want to be painting over any concrete. It's all got to come off, you know. I've got to work out what I'm going to do with the not safe. And then I've got to do a table here of some sort. And I've been standing, just looking at it. We had to put this concrete here, but obviously it's not very pretty, so we've got to do something about it. We can either take another couple of really big rocks and pretend that it's another big rock there and concrete a big rock into place, or I can build a wooden shelf here, and I've bought the wood yesterday for it. I'm leaning towards going for a stone look, and the floor, gosh, it's taking so long. Look at it. But that's literally 2 days of graft, and we're not even getting anywhere near doing the fun bits, you know, the fancy bits here. I'm not really worrying because we've got 3-4 working days left. But I'm starting to feel the pressure a little bit. And then, of course, we've got to put the glass in the windows, and I've got to cut the doors. The doors are mental sizes, you know, they're not actual door sizes. So I've got to do a lot of work with the doors to make them fit. And then we've got to paint everything. And we've run out of cement. Is that enough moaning for the beginning of an episode?
That was a whole 4 minutes.
Was it? Sorry, everybody. I am getting a bit worried. That tile can't. We're not having that. Yeah.
Right, John's here.
Okay.
Let the games begin.
Let the games begin. It's going to be a day of 1,000 jobs, and that's just the way it's going to be. I'm going to be all over
We
this.
also have some friends coming for lunch.
We do, don't we?
But the exciting thing about that, for this video, is that they are bringing us the most beautiful piece of furniture for this room. Which I'm excited to show you all. Anyway, back to work. Sorry, I interrupted. What's happening?
I'm going to get on and find a stone. Big stone.
How are you going to carry it? So what we want is a big stone, but a big stone that can be carried into the tiny house. Oh, wow, buddy, a monkey orange shell. That's very cool. Well done. Oh, gee, thanks.
This looks like a big one.
Have you seen any candy?
Can you lift that one up?
Sawyer, I love the ambition, my boy. Can you manage?
No.
Any luck?
I found one, yeah.
Did you? Good work.
I can't lift it up the wheelbarrow. Makes a lot of noise when I wheel it, so I'm carrying it.
Ooh, darling, well done. Okay, boys, careful your toes and your fingers.
All right, maybe Dad has to go on his own, so I don't have to worry about feet. It would have been nicer if that rock was closer. Let's get the stone up there, Coffee. See how. Let's go. Let's use this as the tabletop, I think. Maybe. Do you want to go and grab a couple of stones, Coffee, and let's have a look? But I think, yeah, we're getting pretty close with that one, aren't we? worth the walk.
effort, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for that's going to be a winner, isn't it?
Lovely.
I love it. Okay. So what do we need now? We need to build it up with a couple of flat stones, plenty of concrete, and then another one stone here, I think, for the top. We just build it around, hey? Yeah.
A cockroach? Great.
Hopefully save ourselves half a day's work by making it out of the stone instead of wood.
Boys, do you want to come and help me? So when João and Leticia were here and we went up to Nyanga, which is in the eastern part of Zimbabwe, we stopped at this beautiful little, it's kind of like a road stop store. And in there they've got an amazing curio shop. And in that curio shop, we bought a beautiful painting. So what I'd like to do while John is doing that table is just nip down, get it out of the cupboard, and see if I can come up with a way to put it. I don't want to put it on a frame because I think it's just like a wall hanging. So my hope is that I'm going to be able to find 2 battens and John's staple gun. I can staple a batten to the top and a batten to the bottom, and then it can just hang on the wall but have a weight at the bottom so it hangs beautifully. Anyway, I think you'll see what I mean when I show you what it looks like. There it is.
Where? Yeah.
That thing right on top. That's it.
There.
That's it. Isn't that beautiful, hey?
I got my tools. I got my tools.
Right, let's go take it outside, Sawyer, and see what we can do with that, okay? You're going to carry it nicely?
Yeah.
Well done. Here's some buttons. The other thing that's happened, everyone, is look at this beauty. John put another layer of that sealant on last night, and it has dried so beautifully. It is the most amazing table.
I'll go all the way over there.
Isn't that just such a lovely thing? So pretty and goes so nicely with our cupboard. Right, so my thinking was that we could cut a section of this and then use the staple gun just to staple this into place so that it's got a kind of beam at the top. But having put that on the piece of wood, I have just discovered that it's got a little thing to stick a rod in there. But I also noticed, have a look at this, everybody. Let's give the artist of this amazing piece of work a little bit of a shout out, because in here is like a secret letter. Birds of Africa, 4 guinea fowls are in the forest looking for food. And there is the number of the artist, Orpa Mungure. How amazing! That's a really lovely thing. Hey? Look, there was a special note in the back of the painting. Right, well, that very special little thing can stay in there. I absolutely love that. That's made my day. I'm just going to have a look for a bar or a broomstick or something that we can use, a stick that we can use to slide in there. I wonder if we could even just find a stick from a tree that we can slide in there, and that is how we hang that beautiful wall hanging, which is just going to tie this all together so perfectly. If you're excited about the interiors of the tiny house, put your hands up. Me! Right, should we go see how Dad's getting on? You know what I just found myself wishing for? A piece of bamboo. If only we were in Portugal, surrounded by the dreaded bamboo. Can you see the picture?
Yeah.
Can you see Mummy? Sawyer, newbie, you might actually just be a little genius. How does it look?
Good.
Good. Okay, well, if we don't find a more straight option, that's a good option, Sawyer. Well done. Look at that. That's it. Oh boy, I think you did it. I think we found it. Well done. Good work. Okay, well, that's that job done. Should we go see how Dad's doing?
Not yet. Just a second.
You want to put it in, but the wall hasn't been painted yet. Should we go see what Daddy thinks?
I wanted it for the house. Coffee! What do you think?
Look what we made, Dad.
What did you make? Oh, that's very cool. I love it. Well done. Well, don't get it mucky
Sawyer
though.
found the stick over there. Okay. What do you think? We might need a straighter stick, but you know, you get the idea.
Love it. Love it, love
Pretty,
it.
hey? Look what I found. In the back here is a letter from the artist.
No way.
Yeah.
That's straight enough.
Isn't that cool? I really.
That's straight enough.
Well, that's a good one, but this one's good. So
Love
that
it.
can stay in there,
That's
and
so
all of
cool.
YouTube knows their name now. Anyway, we might want a straight stick, but it's a start. How are you getting on?
Slowly.
That's looking really good, my love.
Yeah, I think better than the wood, hey?
Much better. It looks really fitting, and you're doing such a neat job. Well done. I'm not surprised by that, obviously. But it just
Obviously.
looks like I wasn't expecting it to look so neat already. I know exactly what's going on that shelf.
So, John, how do you think we're going to do? Are we going to finish on Friday?
Yeah, it's quite better. Tomorrow we can take also Carlos and Lovebo
Yeah,
to come and help us.
Yeah.
Because we just want it to be finished on Friday.
yeah, that's it. I
Which
think
gives us 2 days.
2 days, yeah.
You guys.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I think, Coffee. I think the Johns are being overly optimistic.
God, it's like, wow. Thanks then, Coffee.
Yeah.
You know, really pleased. Do you know, Coffee's a great man to have around. You know, what we're going to do, we're going to go and buy him a cheerleader outfit, a little skirt and some pom-poms, and he can stand in the corner. How about it, Coffee?
Oh, dear.
He's gone.
He's grinding.
Okay, so what do? We got the bottom tile like this, right? Okay, can you pass me the box, Coffee, of tiles?
Discussing about maybe this one that is coming like this. So maybe this one should be just flat.
On top, yeah. Right, what we want is we want colour. So these are going to come out like this. Hopefully they line up with those tiles at the front there, John. But I want all the way to look like this with each tile, 2 centimetre gap, each one. However it goes, okay, so that we walk in and it's like bang, you know, totally pops. I think there's just about enough. And if we do from the middle around, if there's not enough, we can do the terracotta on the side bits, John. Okay, that's fun.
Cool. Funny. Cool. Obi.
If I had more time, I would wait until all of that's dry and come back and carry on. But we don't have enough time for that.
So we touched very briefly the other day on, well, how scary the world is at the moment. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore, except to say that if there are ways that we can keep ourselves safe and give ourselves peace of mind in small parts of our lives, then I think that we should take that opportunity. So if you have not downloaded Incogni yet, the paid partner of today's episode, and you're not using their data protection services, then please start today. Incogni is a very, very clever piece of software that basically scours data broker websites, making sure that your information isn't appearing and being used by people that you wouldn't want to be using it. Data breaches increase every single year, and they really can result in some quite scary outcomes. Things like loans being taken out in your names, your health records being shared, your personal information being used, identity theft, and it's just something that I think with everything going on around us, we could all just do without. If you use our special link, incogni.com/thenewbys, you will get 60% off their annual plan. And what that means is that Incogni will continuously scour the internet looking for places that your data is appearing. It then requests from those data brokers that your data is removed, and it continues to check until that is done. And you can keep track of all of that on their very, very clever dashboard. We wouldn't be without it. We've had Incogni looking after our data for the last 2.5, probably almost 3 years, and I couldn't recommend it more. The link you need is in the description below this video. Thank you, Incogni, and guys, just take care of yourselves out there. It's a crazy old world we're living in.
One thing I definitely say I've learned how to do a little bit better in gym is lay a stone. Really enjoying it.
Good.
It's I can see why Marcus has stuck with it his whole life. It is, very satisfying to create. So it's almost like working with wood, but wood is wood. I quite like wood. Anyway, it's very satisfying to watch it come together, and it's just a bit muckier than wood, that's all.
There's kind of a gentle feeling of urgency in here. Everybody is just cracking on with what they've got to do. There's no sense of panic. There's no sense of rush or urgency necessarily, except for the fact that everyone is hyper-focused. When you come in here, like I do, nobody's chit-chatting or kind of loitering or doing anything. Everybody is hard at work. You guys haven't stopped all morning, have you?
It is a little bit sad that we won't be able to edit anything in here until the next time we get back.
Yeah.
Because it's such an inspiring space already,
It's beautiful. Yeah, it really
just looked
is
up
beautiful.
and remembered I got to do the lights. Maybe that's a
Step
good
by
thing.
step, darling. Step by step.
Yeah.
Nice. Right, so what's your plan, guys? You've decided instead of trying to cut them beforehand, you're going to put them in place and then cut them.
We're just going to do it a little bit like, I don't know, not the right way, but
Okay.
see whether we can do it and get it done.
Okay.
One bit by one bit, and
Okay.
think about it, do it again, think about it, because I want it to look really cool. It's the entrance to the tiny house, so it's going to be a pretty big deal.
These curved steps are quite complicated, aren't they, love?
Yeah, that's the thing. It isn't easy. We're trying to do something here that's not easy. But what did JFK say about things that aren't easy? We didn't go to the moon because it was easy. We went to the moon because it was hard. Look, there we go.
Tomorrow, we have Lovemore and Carlos returning. You'll remember them from the build. And it is going to be, I can feel it already. It's going to be all hands on deck. Everybody laying into whatever they can to get this done. Because I think there's been a few moments today where we were all gone, I just don't think we can do it. I just don't think we're going to be able to do it. But we are determined. We have to do it. We have to get this place done before we go. So tomorrow is going to be an all hands on deck, high energy, kind of every direction, everything happening all at the same time kind of day. And we'll see if it's enough to get us over the finish line. Well guys, we just had the loveliest lunch with some friends of ours from Harare, and I want to show you what they've given us for the tiny house because it is absolutely beautiful. And after that we'll go back up there and see how the guys are getting on. John kept nipping in and out of lunch, trying to carry on working and doing the tiling, because I always said about 100 times the pressure really is on and we are so short of time. But have a look at this exquisite piece of furniture that is just going to fit so perfectly with our theme in that little building. Isn't it beautiful? So this is a traditional Tonga door. Now the Tonga people are from the northern part of Zimbabwe, and a lot of them were displaced during the building of Lake Kariba. This beautiful shelving unit has got a traditional, authentic Tonga door inside it. Isn't it stunning? And it's just so unique. I am absolutely delighted and so grateful. They gave this to us as a housewarming gift. And I'm so grateful, guys. Neil, Coralie, you are just the best. Thank you so much. I mean, just look how perfectly it all goes together. Look at these beautiful old stools that we just bought. It's just going to tie in so beautifully. Oh man, so grateful. So even more excited to get to the point where we can actually start putting furniture in this building. I think John and I are both on the fence about whether or not that is going to be able to happen before we go, but we're certainly going to do our best. But that is for sure incentive. And as a little bit of celebration, the clouds have finally cleared. There's a little bit of blue sky coming through, and I think we're in for a very beautiful evening. So let's see how far we can get today before we have to call it a day. Right, hard workers, how are we doing?
We are good.
Well done, Coffee. Look at that, guys. So terracotta tiles getting ready to go onto the veranda.
Yes.
How's your step? Slow. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, you know, obviously I'd be a bit happier if the tiles would fit, you know, 100%, but they're not going to. So we got a choice. We either don't worry about it and don't put them there, or we put them there like that. And I think it's just fine like that. So obviously as tiles go down like they are going now, they always look a little bit scruffy because, you know, you've got no grout in it and it's all a little bit all over the place. That's not me making an excuse. That's just me saying it's going to look better when it's finished.
I think it looks fab at the moment, my love. So grouting tomorrow, is it?
I think so. What's that?
That step's staying square. It's not going curved.
We'll see. Let's see.
Okay.
At the moment, it's just about time, isn't it? So, and the curved steps, they take quite a lot longer. Lot more.
But this is the main entrance, so I think it's fine, isn't it? I quite like the square. It looks nice and tidy. Good work, everybody. Look at the light in that garden right now. So beautiful.
So what I've had to do is mix a complete cement only mix. So there's no sand in it, it's just cement. And I'm putting the tiles in here on the wall here with just cement so that they definitely stick. I'm trying to get them as even as possible.
Okay folks, so at this point there is a little bit of hope starting to creep in that maybe, just maybe, if we all stay focused and keep working together, that we might just pull this off. And what a magnificent little build it's going to be. One of our best. Of that I am so sure.
that the last one, love? How does that feel?
Yeah, so we need a bit more. One little bit there, I think, by the looks of things, isn't it? Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Coffee.
Last 3 tiles, love. Is that all of them?
To all of them, yeah.
Even the little ones. That's it. We're done.
I think there might be
so
one or...
cool.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out, everybody, for where these pop up in Portugal. Sadly, won't be on our property this time, but there will be some at Quinta da Madrinha.
Well, yeah.
We were really hoping to get back to Burnt Earth Designs before we went back to Portugal to buy a big box of these tiles to take back with us, but we just don't have time. It's coming up to Easter weekend, and so everything's going to be closed, and we are not going to be able to get there before the public holidays. So, sadly, bringing Zimbabwean tiles to Portugal will have to wait for the next stint. But man, oh man, are we excited for that. And actually, it'll probably time out perfectly because the stone house is not in any fit state for tiles just right now. We've got way more important things to focus on. So we'll get all of that out of the way. And when it's time for fun tiles, we'll be back in Zim and we'll be able to restock the coffers.
Do you know what these kind of days are? They're days that you hope go really well because they're big, they're kind of deal breakers, aren't they? They're big deals.
Yeah, if today didn't go well, that's the rest of our week would have been a write-off.
You know, if you get it right, not only are you changing the whole outlook of the build because these are the permanent finishing touches. You know, you're also, and it feels good to create something that you know is going to look good. You know, today it's worked out pretty well, so that might be a tile that needs to find a different home, darling.
Okay, so that's the last one for over there. That's kind of cool. Did you plan it that way? You must have done. Because the first one over here is a red textured one as well. Last one, my love.
I think we'll call it on the step.
Well done.
So I came in this morning saying I'm going to do the lights. Didn't get to the lights. Did a stone table and a tiled doorway entrance. What are we doing? What's happening tomorrow? Just
grout and doors
grout,
and windows.
Painting.
Okay.
Doors will be day final.
Okay, cool.
Last day probably.
Okay.
Doors, painting. Doors and painting.
Inside.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Grout
cool.
and painting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's nice and bright, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
fun. When you walk in, you're just like, oh, that's cool. You know?
It looks really
rather
lovely.
than just a normal step, it's like cool. Yeah.
It sets the scene very nicely for the room we hope it's going to be.
Yeah, colourful, eclectic, interesting, fun.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Very cool.
So we're getting very, very close now. Right, we have one step to do over in that corner. We've got an entire terrace out here to tile. Coffee's been busy cleaning the tiles ready. We've got windows to paint and put glass in and then put putty on. We've got lights to reorganise and sort out. We've got a stone table over there to finish off. We've got doors to hang. We've got door frames to paint. We've got inside to paint. We've got outside to finish painting. Then we've got to move a bit of furniture in and then we can, I don't know, smoke a pipe.
Gosh, when you list it like that,
Huh?
I don't know. I had hope earlier and now I've lost it again.
Yeah. No, but it's all fun because a door usually takes around about 2 to 3 hours to hang.
That's a day just for the 2 doors. All right. Well, on that note, folks, we'll see you in the morning.
Roger that. Very exciting.
Saga continues.
Yeah. Oh. And the painting is all going to need 2 coats.